How to survive coronavirus lockdown and afterwards. Well, this is a practical guide for you if you find you have time on your hands and you don't know what to do with it. Learn about my weekly planner to help you out of the doldrums. Many motivational videos on the internet will tell you to be positive, but few guide you with practical advice, which is what I intend to do here. I was inspired to make this video after conversations with several people I know who are finding the lockdown isolation difficult. A couple of my acquaintances found they just couldn't work from home. They've been used to going to a workplace, and in their careers they've been highly successful, but suddenly trying to work outside their normal surroundings, they find they cannot move from the couch or the TV, and they are becoming totally non-productive. I'll give you the tips that I gave them to cope. I will help you make full use of these unusual times. These are methods I've personally used for many years. Before we go into that though, let me touch briefly upon the background essentials you need to make the tips I will give you work. The first one is attitude. You need to be positive, you need to avoid negatives. One way to do this immediately is to avoid watching 24/7 news coverage of the COVID-19 pandemic. Yes, you need to be informed, but there's plenty of other things you can see on the internet and on TV that are healthier and brighter, such as people touring and vlogging in Sri Lanka, or people refurbishing chateaus, or people owning very large pumas in their flats. So there's plenty of things to see. Learn something new. This keeps your mind occupied. Read enlightening books. Count your blessings. Everyone, even people in dire circumstances, has some blessing they can count. And it just gives you a more positive attitude about things. So having very briefly covered attitude, the next thing is to identify your own personal goals. Get a sheet of paper and make a list of the things you would like that would improve your life. This might include practical items such as a place to live, or meet a partner, or purchase a car, or might include self-development, or becoming happier, more successful, achieving a specific role or a job in the future. List whatever you feel should be included. Make a note to do this once this video is over. Remember, 3 important words: do it now. If you don't start with such a list, for sure you won't even get started on the journey to fulfill your wishes. Along with attitude and identifying your goals and what you want out of life, the next step is planning. An old saying goes, plan your work and then work your plan. By identifying what you really want, in other words your goals, and then setting out a plan, in other words how to get to the goals, this will help you out of the doldrums you are currently finding yourself in with all the current uncertainty. By planning, you'll find yourself motivated. You'll suddenly see the light at the end of the tunnel. In your normal past life, pre-corona, you already had a routine. You woke, you got dressed, you had breakfast, you did your normal daily activities, you probably stopped for lunch or a snack, more activities in the afternoon, and then at the end of the day, a meal, TV, sport, socializing, whatever you normally did. But since the lockdown, that's all gone out of the window. So let's re-establish the routine. You can design a new routine around the landmarks of mealtimes if you wish. Add to this some of the tasks you need to carry out to achieve your goals. This is where my practical tip comes into play. Get a sheet of paper and a marker pen. Draw 1 line across the top and 2 vertical lines down. Near the bottom, draw a pair of lines horizontally. Write to do at the top of the left-hand list, and the far right list did, and at the top the week commencing. Now on the left hand column, divide that into 10 horizontal strips and then number them. On the bottom, put the days of the week. And the far right bit, put week commencing, that's the following week. And then put the dates in. And here's an example of a rather tidier sheet completed. What you then do is take your list of goals and wishes and aims and decide which of these you can include on this sheet. And along with those items include a list of current tasks you need to carry out. These could be as simple as send an email to someone, or arrange insurance, or phone someone, or clean something in your accommodation, or sort your personal files out. Fill these into the 10 spaces on the left-hand side. Include a mix of normal weekly tasks and some of your longer-term goals. Now, number the tasks in priority order. If you have a particular task you'd rather avoid or is troublesome to you, place it in the top of the priority list. Once you've completed that dreaded task and got rid of it, the rest will feel easy to accomplish. Now, having prioritized the list, now write which of the tasks that you aim to do each day. You can write them into the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday sections at the bottom. Some tasks may take more than one day. Simply allow 1 or 2 hours to these tasks in portions over several days. And then use the right-hand column, where it says did at the top, to write what you actually achieved each day. If you have a lot of tasks, by the way, there's no harm in, sometimes I write a page for an individual day. So if I've got several appointments on a Tuesday or Wednesday or something, I'll include them on one page specially for that day. You now have your own personal plan, and having this structure, it will make you feel better. You now have renewed purpose. It won't matter so much that the world around you is uncertain. Your certainty is that you now know what you have to do and when to do it. This will be your plan. You now work to it with the instructions you've given yourself for each day. Whilst you should allow yourself leisure times and relaxing moments, try to carry out what you've set yourself. Then at the end of each day, take a quiet moment to assess how the day went. Look at your planner page, and if you achieve the tasks you set, then you can congratulate yourself and celebrate the fact. Celebrate can mean treating yourself to a glass of wine, or a bar of chocolate, or just a feeling of accomplishment. If you didn't complete the task that you chose, or got diverted, or simply never got started in the first place, then don't allow celebration. Instead, fix it. You can call this session Celebrate or Fix. The fix it part is by summarizing what you didn't do and carry the task forward to the next day. Repeat the exercise at the end of each week and carry forward any unfinished tasks, include them along with your normal arrangements. So you're doing it daily, but you also do it weekly. Remember, these are your tasks, your goals. No one has set them for you. No employer has ordered you to do them. The only person you're letting down is yourself. They are your goals. You'll only achieve them by carrying them out, one step forward at a time. So there it is, my weekly planner. Of course, we could add to this monthly, yearly, and even 5-yearly planners. The system is just the same. By the way, don't try it just for a day or two and then give up. Remember what they say, an amateur tries something once, fails, and he gives up. A professional person tries it once, it fails, twice it fails, many times maybe it fails, but eventually gets it right, perfects it. So be the professional. I trust that you've found this video helpful. Do put your best intentions into it, and whilst none of us do everything perfect every time, I do hope you'll find the planner will help you to get more out of these unusual times we find ourselves in. Remember, stay at home, protect the NHS, save lives. Goodbye.